I am Aligai Lingappa, Assistant Professor in Physics. Today I am discussing about a review of Thomson's and Rutherford's models, alpha scattering experiment, that means atomic models. Atomic and molecular physics branch, program BSc, subject physics, semester 5th semester, University Vijayanagara Sri Krishna Devaraya University, Ballari, session number 9. Prerequisites for the study of atomic models, we must require concept of matter, the atom, nature and types of electric charge, concept of stability, alpha particle, then electrostatic force. These are the prerequisites we required for the study of the structure of atom. Then a session outcomes: structure of the atom, constituents of the atom, the electrical neutrality of the atom, the stability of the atom, origin of spectral lines. So these are the session outcomes for the study of atomic models. Atomic models. Several atomic models are proposed to explain the structure of the atom. However, a lot of them could not explain the stability of the atom. Let's learn about two of these atomic models that have led to our current concept of the atom. So we have many models: J.J. Thomson model, Rutherford's model, Bohr's model, vector atomic model, Sommerfeld's model. So these are the different models for the study of structure of atoms. So now I am discussing only two models: Thomson's model and Rutherford's model. So Thomson's atomic model. In 1898, J.J. Thomson proposed the first of many atomic models for the study of structure of atom. He proposed that an atom is shaped like a sphere, that means spherical in shape, with a radius of approximately 10⁻⁻10 meter, where the positive charge is uniformly distributed. The electrons are embedded in this sphere so as to give the most stable electrostatic arrangement. Does not the figure above remind you of a cut watermelon with the seeds inside? Just see the below figure. So this one, here the electrons which are distributed like this distribution of seeds in the watermelon. You can also think of it as a pudding with the electrons being the plum or the raisins in the pudding. Therefore, this model is also referred to as the watermelon model the plum pudding model or the resin pudding model. An important aspect of this model is that it assumes that the mass of the atom is uniformly distributed over the atom, over the sphere. Thomson's atomic model was successful in explaining the overall neutrality of the atom. However, its propositions were not consistent with the results of later experiments. In 1906, J.J. Thomson was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for his theories and experiments on electricity conduction by gases. So, he awarded Nobel Prize. Rutherford's atomic model. Rutherford overturned Thomson's model in 1911 with his well-known gold foil experiment, in which he demonstrated that the atom has a tiny and a heavy nucleus. Rutherford designed an experiment to use the alpha particles emitted by a radioactive element as probes to the unseen world of atomic structure. Just to see the nucleus at the center of the atom, their neutron and proton, they are the constituents of the nucleus, where the negatively charged electrons which are revolving in different orbits. Based on the above observations and conclusions, Rutherford proposed the atomic structure of elements. According to the Rutherford atomic model, so first observation, the positively charged particles and most of the mass of an atom was concentrated in an extremely small volume. He called this region of the atom as a nucleus. That means the atom is consists of central and massive and positively charged nucleus. Then a second observation. A Rutherford model proposed that the negatively charged electrons surrounded the nucleus of an atom. He also claimed that the electrons surrounding the nucleus revolve around it with very high speed in circular paths. He named these circular paths as orbits. Say circular orbits. Electrons being negatively charged and a nucleus being densely concentrated, mass of positively charged particles are held together by a strong electrostatic force of attraction. So, according to Rutherford's, atom is spherical in shape, which consists of central and massive and positively charged nucleus and negatively charged electrons revolving around the nucleus in circular orbits, where protons and neutrons, they are the constituents of nucleus. So they held together by a strong force. That means electrostatic force of attraction. That means they were electrons revolving around the nucleus, where electrons are negatively charged particles, nucleus so-called positively charged one. There must be electrostatic force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus. So, where both electron and nucleus are held together by a strong electrostatic force of attraction. So now we have discussed about Rutherford's alpha ray scattering experiment. Just to see the source of alpha particles, then scattered particles. Most particles are undeflected, they travel along the same straight path without deviation, without deflection. So, circular fluorescent screen, beam of alpha particles, then very yellow color that indicates thin gold foil. That means the experimental arrangement for the study of scattering, alpha ray scattering. Rutherford passed beams of alpha particles through a thin gold foil to observe the atom and noted how the alpha particles scattered from the gold foil. Observations of Rutherford's alpha ray scattering experiment. That means observations observed by the Rutherford. That means observations made by the Rutherford in alpha ray scattering. So first one, most of the alpha particles passed straight through the gold foil without any deviation. So many particles which moves along the straight path without a deviation. Some of the alpha particles are deflected by the foil by some angles. If alpha particles, if they are deflected, basically we know that alpha particle is a positively charged particle. If it deflects, that indicates that gold foil which contains positively charged matter. Then third one, interestingly, 1 out of every 12,000 alpha particles appear to rebound. So only a few particles which are rebound when they are traversed in the path of nucleus. Then what about the conclusion of Rutherford scattering experiment? Most of the space inside the atom is empty because most of the alpha particles pass through the gold foil without getting deflected. So most of the alpha particles which travels along the same path without deflection, that indicates that most of the space inside the atom is empty. Only very few particles are deflected from their path, indicating that the positive charge of the atom occupies very little space. Then the third conclusion, a very small fraction of alpha particles were deflected by very large angles, indicating that all the positive charge and mass of the gold atom were concentrated in a very small volume within the atom. So, conclusion of Rutherford's scattering experiment. So now we have discussed about multiple choice questions. When alpha particles are used to bombard gold foil, most of the alpha particles pass through undeflected. This result indicates that most of the volume of a gold atom consists of deuterons, neutrons, protons, and occupied space. Say D is the correct answer, unoccupied space. Second one, electron was discovered by Chadwick, Thomson, Rutherford, Millikan. So here Chadwick discovered a neutron, Thomson discovered electron, Rutherford saw nucleus, then Millikan specific charge. So B is the correct answer. Almost the entire mass of an atom is concentrated in the protons, electrons, nucleus, and then the neutrons. So, most, that means the entire mass of the atom to be concentrated in the nucleus. So, fourth one, what discovery was accounted for in Rutherford's model of the atom? Neutrons, electrons, positively charged nucleus, the north passes. So, positively charged nucleus. An alpha particle is also known as electron, positron, helium nucleus, a photon. So, usually alpha particle consists of, that means 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Helium nucleus is also known as alpha particle. So the alpha particle, which can be represented by the helium nucleus, 2He4. Then the applications of atomic models, then alpha ray scattering experiment. Study of structure and mass of different atoms. Determination of size of the atom. Study of nature of constituents of the atom. Study of origin of spectral lines. Then unlike charges repel each other, that means electrostatic force. The study of nature of the force. So the references for the study of atomic models. Concept of modern physics by Arthur Weiser, Tata, McGrill, Pubs. Modern physics by Murugesan. Modern physics by B.V. N. Rao. Modern physics volume 2nd B. Basavaraj, Homekar Publications. College Physics Volume 3 by Sundarajan, George Thomas and Syed Aziz. Concept of Modern Physics by S.L. Gupta and S. Gupta. Thank you.